Hello, this is Dana and welcome back to the Orchid Hut. Thank you for taking some of your time today to watch this featured orchid video with me. Now, as I have said in all of the other featured orchid videos, every time a plant is a first-time bloomer for me, I make a featured orchid video about it. And this particular first-time bloomer was actually a bag baby, a better grow orchid, and the name of it is Cattleya Copper Queen. And you can see the cross information there, and I will put those names up on the screen, and I will also put a picture of the blooms because you can sort of tell how those two were crossed to produce the orchid that I have today as a featured orchid. But this is a little bit of a bittersweet story in a certain sense. You know, when you buy a better grow orchid, it typically comes with a tag like this one, and every time I buy a better grow orchid, I actually save the tags. And you know, as I compare this bloom to the picture on the tag, it's not quite like the picture. It's similar, but it's not an exact match. And that's kind of to be expected when you purchase these better grow orchids. You know, sometimes they may be a cross and there really isn't even a good picture of them to be obtained. So, you know, it is what it is. If you're really keen on, you know, getting the exact orchid that you see on the picture, it's probably better not to buy a better grow orchid. Typically I've found that they don't match exactly. They're similar, but not identical. Now, this particular bloom is, you know, nice. It did bloom for me, and I'm not complaining about that. But overall, you know, the bloom is a little bit floppy, and I would say that the bloom in certain ways is even a little bit malformed. Now, because this is a first-time bloomer, I have no way at all to compare it to how it has bloomed in the past. So, is this orchid going to get other chances to bloom so that I can, you know, see if it improves? Absolutely. This bloom developed as the weather was getting really hot. And it could be that that exposure to the excessive heat caused this bloom to maybe not form entirely correctly. You can see some of the petals are a little bit misshapen, and it also looks like there might be a few places where the petals are a little bit bruised or maybe just not symmetrical. Now, you know, watering didn't really change, fertilizing didn't change, light didn't change for this orchid since, you know, March when, you know, I brought them outside. So I don't think any of those factors had anything to do with what this bloom did, but we have had a good bit of south wind the last week or so, and it is possible that the bud got buffeted about just a little bit in the wind, and you know, that could have caused a disturbance. It could just also be that, you know, blooming for the first time, it didn't quite exactly have the strength that it needed to produce the perfect bloom. Or there could even be something genetically amiss with the cross between the two orchids that produced this one. And if that's the case, the blooms will be a little bit off every time the orchid blooms. And I'll be able to tell that, you know, a few years from now if I continue to get blooms that are a little bit floppy, a little bit misshapen. And, you know, if we look at the positives though, this is a gorgeous color. It lives up to its name, Copper Queen. The lip has some interesting spots on it, and the copper sort of salmon coloring is really quite attractive. Now, when this bloom first started to open, and I'll insert a picture of it, it was a bit more red, and I do believe that this one is going to lighten as it matures. I've been checking for a scent. I haven't found one, although My experience with many of these blooms is that the scent doesn't develop until the bloom is a bit more mature. This one has been open now. This is the second day, so we're going to see how long it lasts. Alrighty, so plant is otherwise doing really healthy. The roots in the pot are good. I had repotted this one from being a bag baby, maybe about a year and a half ago. So the root system is fine. And, I'm just going to continue to grow this one and see if it can produce some better blooms in the future. All right, so thank you so much for taking a few minutes to watch this video about my featured orchid. And if you enjoyed it or learned something new, please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe button will be coming up in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And click that notifications bell so that you will be notified each and every time I post a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and talk to you all next time.